the wall right next to where I was sitting. And again, I don't know what possessed me. I can see some stuff on the other side of the other cellar. I can see the corner of a box. And so I put my arm through 2 brick walls, and I reach in and pulled out the first of 11 handguns.
Now, we look like trouble anyways. Punk rock's not warm and fuzzy all over America. And we're getting in trouble all the time anyways, but it's not really crazy trouble, but we're just magnets for trouble.
I'm carrying a base case that's got all these weapons in it, and I'm going back to the motorhome, and Roach stops me right in front of the cops and says, "What are you doing? Where are you taking my base?" And I'm just, dude, just come with me. We gotta work on this. You know, get it, buddy?
When I was a little boy, I had a pair of Dave 6 guns. You know, fuck my holsters, got my 6 guns. I fucking loved it. And having those guns, at least until they shipped them home, I mean, you got 2 6 guns fucking stuck down your Speedo. It's fucking badass. And it was fun. And I don't blame them for shipping them home. Who wants gunplay? The fucking vehicle. It's not like we're not in enough trouble.
I've always been prone to hair thinning. I'm genetically predisposed.
I just gave birth. I was under a lot of stress.
I started taking Nutrafol.
We test our formulations with the highest rigor of clinical trials, and we're the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement.
I noticed it becoming
Stronger and thicker.
Nutrafol has taken me back to the hair I was meant to have.
I am back to me.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Only $5, one for junior times 2. Double the juniors, that's your cue. One for you, one for your friends to go. JK, you ain't a bull, they'll never know. BK, having your way. Yeah.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we found out she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
At first, we thought the problem was our puppy.
Look, that's a clue.
Or something outside.
But the culprit was our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it has no dyes or perfume, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
Tide Free and Gentle is EPA Safer Choice certified. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide.
Yo, check this out. Most banks want you to rack up credit debt. Tax. And then they stick you with fees.
Oh yeah, they torture you with those fees.
They just pound you with those fees.
Stinks. You should switch to Current.
Oh yeah?
Helps you build credit without piling on debt.
That's lovely.
You could just feel the storm coming. Even before the sky turned green, it was like all the hair on your head is just kind of standing on end, and your hair on your arms standing on end.
Not by the hair of my dicky dick
The
dick.
sky's darkened, and it's just the greenest green you can imagine.
So the show was fucked. I mean, tornadoes, rain, craziness, no one showed up. But we went on. We did our thing anyway. And at the end of the night, the promoter had split. He took off.
The promoter didn't show up at the end of the show with the money to pay us. We were stiffed. But we had such a tight schedule, we had to drive. Like, we had to start driving. We had to go, but we really needed our money. So we took the mics from the sound man and we said, we'll ship you back the mics when the guy pays us the money, when the promoter shows up with the money.
So outside of Lawrence, there's a toll road. And we pull in the toll booth, and everybody's like kind of settling in for the evening, getting their thing on, whatever it is. You know, maybe smoke a little weed or taking some pills, whatever the fuck is happening after the show, settling in, we're doing it. And we go through this toll booth, and after we go through, I think it was Cindy or one of them says, hey, if you guys got anything, start throwing it out the window. Swallow it or throw it out the fucking window. Because when we went through that booth, he picked up the phone and made a call. I guess there was talk that we were armed. And we had been running around with guns before that. There was talk that we were armed and we had done this and robbery or fucking blah, 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 whatever the hell they were saying. So anyway, we're on the toll road, waist down, and we get pulled over. Okay, no big deal. We're pulled over. But we're sitting there, and nobody's coming up to the vehicle. They're not coming up to the door or anything. And then you look, and they got the whole other side of the freeway blocked off.
There's lights, there's 10 police cars behind us, lights flashing.
Sitting in that motorhome at the time, you could hear them coming up alongside. And they're yelling back and forth to each other. Because these guys are fucking panicked. They don't know what the fuck they got. And you hear them yelling back, "What do you got, Liam? What do you got? Back it up. Go easy, Bill. Go easy." Yelling back and forth. It's like, fuck, man. We're getting fucking pulled over by the Beverly Hillbillies or something. Whatever the fuck is happening here, right? So they pull us over. They stop us. Car comes. More cops, more troopers, whatever have you. And they want us to come out. So you hear that voice. "Come on out of there. Come out of the vehicle. Hands up. Blah, blah, blah." Well, the first one that rolls out is Human. Human rolls out. Boxers. Fucking engineer boots. Hair sticking up bright red like a fucking bozo. Fucking stepping out. And they just freak out. "What do we got? What do we got? Whoa!" And they're just freaking. They've never seen animals like this.
You didn't see people with fire red hair at that time. You didn't see people with, full sleeve tats and that sort of thing.
Everybody abandoned ship.
One hand, one foot, face down. Everybody's in boxers or sweats.
Except
or
for
whatever.
Kiara, she
Face
has
down
to
the
stay.
dirt. It's freezing outside.
They lay us down in the ditch. All outside. Put us in the ditch.
There's this fat little cop with a huge magnum on his hip, taunting us. And he said, "You're going to get surprised. You can get 15 years in prison for stealing a chicken." Hey, you want to go for it? Hey, you want to go for it? He's like doing the Yosemite Sam thing with his hands like that.
And one by one, they get us up to go back in the van. So I get up, the guy gets a gun on me, and he's got the fucking shotgun right on me. And he's panicked. And the last thing you want is a fucking panicked trooper with a fucking shotgun on him. And he puts it right in here in my head. Right here. And he fucking hit me on the back of the head with it. He goes, open it up, son. Open it up. Where's your stuff? It's like it's in the cabinet. Call out every move, boy. Call out every move. No surprises. No surprises. I'm like, I'm reaching for the cabinet. I'm opening and no surprises. It's like fucking terrifying. Terrifying. Thinking that any minute it just lights out. They just fucking blow your head all over the fucking Winnebago or whatever the fuck we're in.
I know when waterworks maybe help a little bit. So I did a little bit of the waterworks thing because they're taking my husband away. So I kind of break out into an audible cry. Jack looks at me like, what are you doing?
I was glad to be home. Like I said before, I like parties, man. I like fucking cheerleaders. I like surfing. I want to surf every day. I come home, fucking surf hero. I'm out in the water, surfing, everybody's digging me. I'm going to parties. Fuck, it's all great. Having a fucking blast. And when we got home from that last tour, we decided we needed a real keyboard player. I mean, good for Elton John and Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, and all those fuckers banging it away. Excellent. But I don't want to sit behind some fucking keyboard playing. I want to shake my ass. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to get on stage. I'm going to get fucking moving. So we had to get somebody to do it. And we had progressed to that point.
I saw TSOL at the Cuckoo's Nest, like right around Dance With Me time, and I just remember that being like a shark frenzy. I mean, just the energy. I mean, I think it was probably Sounds of Laughter or Dance With Me, one of the two, but this image of, these guys just grinding in this pit. I was a little kid. I mean, I was like this skinny, scrawny 16-year-old kid just checking this shit out, and I was not getting involved in that part of it. But watching that happen, feeling that energy, I'd never seen anything like that.
I remember going to Greg's house early on, and he was clean cut and kind of square compared to us.
We went to church. We were a religious family. My parents are both Christians. I would play keyboards at Melodyland. They'd pay me to go and do the Sunday service or whatever.
He had this big, beautiful grand piano in the living room, and he had cool guitars, and he had guitar amps. And so we would play around a little bit over there, and quite frankly, I don't remember how it was, who asked him to join the band, how it happened, but it was just kind of a natural progression when it did happen.
With Greg, we were able to do stuff that we'd never done before. And we're experimenting, we're changing. And once again, we're not catering to you. Fuck you. Fuck you. We're going to do what we want. Fuck you.
Well, TSOL is a big band. I mean, physically big. And I knew that from seeing them play. But I wasn't small. I mean, I've wizened a little bit, but I was 6'2" when I joined the band. So, yeah, it was an intimidating group to be in. It felt good. It was cool. It was like, fuck yeah, man. It's got big pros here. Well, being in TSOL is like, nothing's going to happen that this band can't handle. Like, we got each other's backs. There's people around that are crazy and tough, and we're gold, man. Like, this is cool. We can handle just about anything, you know? I'm not just playing with this band. I'm actually going to join this band. I'm actually going to make a record, and we're going to go on tour.
Beneath the Shadows was the longest we had ever spent making a record. I think it was a week. It was a week. And, you know, going in there, once again, Tom Wilson took a fucking picture. He let us do, again, whatever we wanted. Now, we had gone, he's supposed to be a punk rock record producer. And we had gone from this to this to this, and now we're doing this. And now we're fucking around with vocoders, and we got string machines, we're adding keyboards, we're doing all this stuff, and we're just pleasing ourselves. We're just stretching out. Once again, there's no fucking sales. Nobody gives a shit about us. We're not catering. We're not trying to get something on the fucking radio. Nobody's playing us anyway. Yeah, Rodney on the Rock every once in a while, KNAC every once in a while, Greg. But nobody's really playing us. Some college stations. It's not like that, man. We're just doing it for us. We're just making this record for us.
We had
and Tom
a
Wilson
hit single.
let us be us.
It's Annie's.
The making of Beneath the Shadows was really great. There's this cool grand piano. And, you know, you get to go play that, and we're all in separate rooms.
College on Lansing.
Hangar.
Played,
had this great drum room sound.
Fluffy.
Big, like, warehouse type of thing. So he's over there. Todd Barnes was the most thunderous drummer I've ever played with. I mean, probably the most powerful drummer I've ever played with. I mean, he really really intuitive, really adaptive to the music. Like, he wouldn't just play a straight beat. I mean, sometimes, but mostly it was around the music. Like, Todd played musically, and I love that. I love when drummers play musically, because they're playing off the accents and the music, and it's part of the whole thing. It's not just like, well, here's your beat and play your music over the top of it. Like, he played hard, and the drums were huge, and it just, when you're playing pretty music and you got a big tough drummer, it makes it that you can get away with more pretty if you've got a tough drummer playing. And Todd, there's always that thunder underneath the stuff. So even if we're playing something super pretty, playing Beneath the Shadows, and like, he just thunders in, and it's like, oh, okay, everything's gonna be all right, you know.
When Beneath the Shadows came out, people had no clue what the hell to think of it. You know, it was so different than anything else that was going on or what they expected from us. It was like I said, it was a natural progression, but playing around with pedals and effects and Echoplex and then having keyboards and
it was like when the dams went
piano
traffic.
and organ and all these things.
It's like, what the fuck happened to my punk rock? Yeah.
I thought we were ahead of our time and speeding out of our lane. We like leaving the rest kind of behind, but I don't remember what the rock press or punk press really thought was. I know it was a hard sell to some of the audiences and other people. It was genius.
That record was poorly received. Poorly received. But fuck, man. I would rather fail doing what we want than fail doing what you want us to do.
There you go.
What a fucking terrible place to be in.
Failing, man.
I'm gonna sell out to you. I'm gonna fucking put everything I believe in on the side. Because I want you to fucking like me, and then you don't like me anyway. One time this kid and I got in this fight. He was a grown man, but whatever. And it didn't work out well for him. And somebody saw him and said, "What happened to you?" He said, "Oh, I got into it with Jack." And the guy said, "You're a fucking idiot. You knew how that was going to go." And this guy comes back at him. He says, "At least I took a shot. At least I fucking took a shot." So, poorly perceived? Yeah. But we took a shot.
When the reviews started coming out for Beneath the Shadows, it didn't really bother me because I was with my fellows. I mean, I was with my crew, and everybody, we were all saying, like, fuck them, they don't know anything.
People that didn't see us on a regular basis probably wrote us off a long time ago. Probably weathered statues or whatever the fuck these guys are doing. But here, the crowds are growing and growing and growing because they see us. Now, somebody outside, they go, "Oh, they went from this record, and then they moved that, and then they go this record, then they cut that, then they go this record, blah, blah, blah," that fucking bullshit. But live, we're going from this abolished government and then ending and breaking into Beneath the Shadows. Almost like I hate to dishonor them in any way, but almost like Queen. Going from fucking death on two legs to fucking lazing on a Sunday afternoon. It's a show. We're putting a fucking show on. God damn it, I couldn't even sit in the same room listening to the same fucking song every time. Take me somewhere, up, down, move me. Now the people around here saw that. They saw that movement, and they came and came and came.
I remember the first time we heard the Beneath the Shadows record on the radio. I remember it was on Rodney's show, and he said, "Hardcore punk with grand pianos."
I've never been a fan of the fake rock and roll thing. You know, the Kiss with the makeup and this, we're fucking the Knight Rider, whatever the fuck. Some craziness. And then stripped down, it's just some fucking dude. Just some dude. When you find out Alice Cooper likes to fucking play golf.
That's now, bitch.
And they were punks. They were like that. I remember this band talk shit on us. They write some fucking thing, TSOL or something. Okay, great.
TSOL are sissies.
Gave us a bunch of shit. And then I later find out the guy's a fucking school teacher. He's a fucking school teacher talking shit on us. And I think, what are you, just punk on the weekend? When Friday night comes, put the leather on, fucking get down? We were 24 hours a day. Nobody's letting anyone in TSOL teach school, for God's sake. Well, let's have that motherfucker come in and watch kindergarten today. Are you fucking kidding? Gunplay! Goddamn!
Lead
Kids are
singer
on
of
fire. This is 24 hours a
Septic
day. 24 hours a
Asphyxiation
day.
was a
You
preschool
roll
teacher.
up on our house anytime, day or night. 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. Shit's going down. We're not playing punker. We're not fucking going to school and being straight, holding a fucking straight job, working this straight work, walking off and being somebody else. We are what we are. 24 fucking hours a day. And it's not
I
always
believe you
great.
call it that song. It's TSOL are sissies.
The
Listen,
Ukrainian
there's the song.
Culture Center, it was a bummer.
Jack did this Tarzan routine.
That's what he's talking
He
about.
grabbed a rope and he was swinging across the stage on this rope. And he's swinging my way. The rope gave out and he landed flat on the harp of my piano. I had this piano called the CP70B and it had this harp piece that came up and he just landed flat on the piano and just completely winded, air knocked out of his. Kept singing, but he was like, because, you know, when you fall flat on your back, the air gets knocked out of you. Oh my God. I thought he was injured, like badly injured. This is, you know, it turned out it wasn't the first time that we thought maybe he'd been injured on stage, but that was like heavy. It's like, oh shit, is he all right? And he's like, he rolls off the thing, still trying to sing, back on stage, let's keep going.
Yeah, the show must go on, baby, even if you've got a broken back. But Greg was perfect for us. He was perfect. And he might have led a sheltered life, yeah. Church, blah, 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 whatever. But when he got with us, those floodgates just opened up, shook off the shackles of the baby Jesus, and jumped into the big pool of the crowd.
You know, I wanted to party, I wanted to break things, take things. I was in. I was like, yes, I would like to be part of this chaos. So for me, it was exciting. You know, it's like, what are we doing? I'm in. Let's do whatever. Are we breaking things or taking things or getting fucked up or whatever? Because it was all around music, you know. No drug I wouldn't partake in. No theft I wouldn't participate in. No chaos I wouldn't be involved in. I was ready.
There is a lot that goes into becoming a licensed therapist.
I completed 4 years of undergraduate, 2 years of graduate school, followed by 2 years of clinical training.
You literally have to do 3,000 hours plus of one-on-one, face-to-face interactions with clients. I chose social work. I wanted to help people in times of need. BetterHelp has been a game changer across the board. I just changed one person, and that's what wakes me up every morning.
I tend to let stress get the best of me.
Curry, Ferengi.
Yeah, I'm guilty of Pete styling my hair.
Target multiple root causes of hair thinning with the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Boy, that last tour, the Adam Smasher tour was tough. In fact, just so many dates, just an incredible amount of dates in a short period of time. So we had a tough time, and I know we were rubbing each other the wrong way, and then we had vehicle trouble too. We were driving out of somewhere, it was either Las Vegas or Salt Lake City, and microwave bottomed out in the van, the equipment van, and scraped the bottom of the gas tank, and I think busted a hole in it, and all of a sudden we've got a disabled van. And I think we were all pretty bedraggled after that. It was just really hard. I think it was, I think we were all kind of traumatized by just how grueling that was.
The last tour was more the same, except maybe we had to deal with a little more static from, you got the outside people that don't like punk rock, and then you got the punks that want us to stay punk, and then we're out there playing beneath the shadows and doing it. So, you know, some places not so fun. And I wish sometimes, like all these guys that say they were there, you always hear, I was there, I was there, I was there. You know, it's like, fuck, I wish you were there. We played this show at CBGB's in New York. The Beastie Boys, the Bad Brains, and TSOL together at CBGB's. Poorly attended. Poorly attended. Now, there was one thing about that tour that I fucking do love. So we were always stealing. Stealing. Everywhere you go in, start stealing booze, whatever. So I'm sitting down, I'm outside of CBGB's, I got my hair braids, hanging out, and I sit next to this guy, and he's drinking. So we start drinking together. He's telling me his story, his woes, whatever. We're drinking together, and we run out of the booze. We ran out of his shit wine. So I said, hey, you know what? I got booze in the vehicle. Let me get a bottle. So I walked in. There was a case of Ancient Age. So I grabbed this bottle of Ancient Age. We sit down. Now he and I are drinking Ancient Age. And then the thought comes, you know, we got a whole fucking case of this. So Emery runs across the street and gets a shitload of Dixie cups And then outside of CBGB's, on the fucking boulevard, we set up a soup line. And we're pouring Ancient Age for all these fucking homeless guys. And there's just a line 50 deep. Guys holding their cups, trying to get some sauce. And then I can tell you it did not go well. It did not go well. But, you know, whatever. Fuck, they're probably still talking if anyone's still alive. I remember those guys. Beautiful. The best thing about touring is going home. I used to have the phone number for the quad in the high school. Fucking total Ferris Bueller. I'd be on tour and I'd call the high school and talk to my friends that hadn't got out yet or whatever. And, you know, I just fucking wanted to be home. I don't want to fucking deal with this stuff. I don't want to fucking deal with it. I like party. I like hanging out. Anyway, we get home, they say, hey, do you guys want to be in this movie? This Suburbia. It's like, yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Suburbia. I don't remember taking Suburbia very seriously. You know, there's a bunch of people acting like punks. Yeah, there were some real punks that were there, but I just remember, I think we had played the night before a crazy show somewhere, you know, a great, validating, amazing punk rock event, and then we're showing up at this movie.
I guess, if anything, you can be upset with us about the actions that we took towards you and your loved ones. The harm inflicted. Yes, we were fucking assholes and violent and thieves and fucking all that. But you can't call us contrived. You can't call us contrived. So we get asked to go do this movie, Suburbia. Now, we had just written a song, brand new. So let's play this one. We're not fucking doing the movie to sell records. It wasn't even out on a record. We don't got some major marketing plan being tied in with this fucking film, which is so sickening these days. It's what these days, that's what it's about. Tied in with this, tied in with that. Let's make money, let's do this. These fucking supposed punk rockers fucking walking around with a fucking full wallet. We get asked to do the movie. We do a song. It's not even been recorded. Never even been recorded. Innocent. Innocent.
That's the cool thing about TSOL. It's always like, fuck it, let's just do it. We got this song that we wrote last week. Let's do that in the movie, you know? It's not like, let's do the most famous song we have or whatever. It was just like, yeah, let's do this. Boom, we did it.
We go in and we play this song, Dark of My Love. And in the middle of the movie, a couple of girls jump up on stage and hug me and kiss my cheeks. I didn't know it was going to happen. Penelope had set it up, the director sent them up there. Because it was like, once again, that boy band. The other thing that's so sad, by this time, I was so fucking out of my mind, letting, I don't know, fucking ego or whatever the fuck, that there's a scene in Suburbia where I'm actually going like this. I'm telling the director to cut. Fucking cut. The fucking actor. Telling the director. How far can something go? I remember I got in trouble one time.